Pray for discernment. The sons of Issachar had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. First Chronicles 12:32. Who said, I tell you, Wellington is a bad general. The English are bad soldiers. We will settle the matter by lunchtime. Napoleon Bonaparte over breakfast with his generals just before the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Who said, I think there's a world market for about 5 computers. Thomas J. Watson, the chairman of IBM in 1943. Who said, I don't need bodyguards? Jimmy Hoffa, a month before his disappearance in 1975. What did all these men have in common? Lack of discernment, and it cost them dearly. When it comes to seeing life's opportunities and solving life's problems, you need discernment. It enables you to see what others don't, fill in the missing pieces, and get to the heart of the matter. If you can see the root cause of a problem, you have a much better chance of solving it. That means when you stay in the area of your core gift, your discernment will be stronger. So if you want to tap into your discernment potential, work from the areas of your strength, but do more. Pray for discernment. It's one of the 9 gifts of the Spirit promised to us in Scripture. See 1 Corinthians 12:7 and 10. Some of Israel's greatest victories were won when David was king. And when we study the makeup of his army, we read, the sons of Issachar had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do. Discernment enables you to see doors of opportunity where others see only brick walls. It will save you from life's pitfalls and show you what you ought to do. So pray for discernment. Give to your servant an understanding heart, that I may discern between good and evil. 1 Kings 3:9. The Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream and said, Ask, what will I give you? In 1 Kings 3:5. Solomon said, Give your servant an understanding heart to judge your people, that I may discern between good and evil. 1 Kings 3:9. Next, we read, the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. In 1 Kings 3:10. But God wasn't through talking to Solomon. I have also given you what you have not asked, both riches and honor, so that there will not be anyone like you among the kings all your days. 1 Kings 3:13. Discernment made Solomon one of the greatest kings who ever reigned. You have probably heard the saying, go with your gut. Management consultant Robert Heller adds this advice. Never ignore a gut feeling, but never believe that it's enough. Discernment doesn't rely on intuition alone, nor does it rely solely on intellect or experience. The writer of Proverbs says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Proverbs 3:5-6. There are 2 kinds of discernment, natural discernment and spiritual discernment. One can fail you, the other won't. When natural discernment can't take you a step further, spiritual discernment enables you to keep going with faith and confidence. How will you recognize the difference? James tells us, the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. James 3:17. Can you imagine such a life? The good news is you can have it. Those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Hebrews 5:14. In the 1940s, Switzerland manufactured 80% of the world's watches. And then in the 1960s, when an inventor presented a concept for a new type of watch to the leaders of a Swiss company, they rejected it. All the other Swiss companies he approached did the same. They live by the philosophy if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Believing that his design had merit, the inventor took it to a company in Japan. The name of the company was Seiko. The design of the watch was digital. And guess what? Today, 80% of watches sold worldwide are digital. One discernment driven decision can change the course of your entire life and bless others. One expert says smart leaders believe only half of what they hear. Discerning leaders know which half to believe. Here are two things you need to know about God given discernment. Number one, it's shaped by Scripture. For everyone who partakes only of milk is unskilled in the word, but solid food belongs to those who are full of age, spiritually mature. That is, those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. In verses 13 and 14. Number two, it's sharpened by use. The more you use it, the more seasoned you become. Will you sometimes make mistakes when it comes to exercising discernment? Yes. But like any muscle, the more you flex it, the stronger it grows. And here is an additional thought. The Bible refers to discerning of spirits or attitudes and motivations. See 1 Corinthians 12:10. What a great advantage to have in life.